Forget what she tells you. Set aside your analysis of her micro-expressions and body language. You can hang on every word of her late-night confessions, but you're still only witnessing a performance. You're in a theater, and she is an actress who may be as lost in her role as you are. The reason is simple: there's a broadcast channel she has absolutely no control over. A channel more ancient than language, more primal than civilization, and fundamentally incapable of deceit. That channel is her unique scent. And your sense of smell is the most flawless truth-detecting instrument you will ever own. It's a backstage pass to her subconscious, no credentials required. Freud himself suggested that our most profound urges and anxieties are voiceless, but they are not scentless. He wrote about our buried instincts, the animal self within. His student, Carl Jung, expanded on this with his theory of the collective unconscious, the primordial archetypes that guide us from the depths. So, you must understand, smell is not merely a sense. It is a direct, uncensored data stream to the ancient control center in both your brains. It's a signal that bypasses the logical, analytical fortress of the cerebral cortex and goes straight to the limbic system. Her body radiates a different aroma when she is at peace, when she is threatened, when she is at her fertile peak, and when she desires a man with every fiber of her being. We will not be discussing perfumes today, that artificial armor of the modern world. Instead, we are going to dissect reality. I am going to teach you how to interpret her 5 primary, natural scents. These are 5 keys that unlock her authentic state, sent by her body without her mind's permission. The 5th and final scent will reveal more about your ultimate compatibility than 1,000 sessions with a relationship counselor. A word of warning: watching only half of this video will leave you with a dangerous half-truth. The ultimate key is something I'm saving for the end. So before we proceed, take a moment to like this video. And if this is your first time here and you are committed to pursuing genuine knowledge, subscribe to the channel right now. And just before we dive in, I'd love to know where our community is. Please comment with your city. It gives us a great sense of who we're creating this for. Part 1. The Aromas of State. Her internal weather vane. Let's begin with the first scent. It is the most critical and, ironically, the easiest to overlook. This is her baseline, her natural state of being. It's the scent she exudes when she is in perfect equilibrium. I call this the scent of tranquility. What is this at the chemical level? It is far more than a nice smell. It is a sophisticated blend of hundreds of volatile organic compounds, a direct reflection of her internal homeostasis, her balance. When her nervous system is calm, the stress hormone cortisol is suppressed, while the well-being hormones like serotonin and oxytocin are stable. In this state, her skin, her breath, and her hair release this delicate, almost imperceptible aroma. One might describe it as faintly sweet, with creamy or milky notes, perhaps a hint of warm bread, almonds, or sandalwood. It is the fragrance of safety. It communicates, all is well, I feel secure. My body's systems are functioning like a finely tuned instrument. It is maximally neutral, yet as unique to her as her own fingerprint. Why must you learn to recognize this? Because it is her benchmark. It is her normal. If you don't know the scent of her tranquility, you will fail to identify the chemical signals of distress or desire. Men typically make the error of focusing only on loud signals, overt perfumes or, on the other end, foul odors. But true wisdom lies in interpreting the silence. The scent of tranquility is a form of olfactory silence, and it is profoundly eloquent. It is the canvas upon which all the dramas of her life will be painted. It is like the whisper-quiet hum of a luxury engine. You hardly notice it, but its presence is a sign of perfection. Picture this: it's a Sunday morning. You're awakened not by an alarm, but by the sun. She lies beside you, her back to you. You draw closer, nestling your face into the curve of her neck, the hair at her nape. And there it is. Not last night's perfume, not the fragrance of her shampoo. Something deeper, warmer, intrinsically hers. The smell of her skin. You feel your own breath deepen, your own heart rate slow. Your body is subconsciously reading her state of peace and mirroring it. That is the scent of tranquility in action. A wordless summons to serenity. What does it reveal about her physical health? This smooth, pleasant background scent is a primary indicator of well-being. It signifies balanced estrogen, healthy microflora, and an unstressed nervous system. Any significant internal issue, a hormonal disruption, a digestive problem, or a hidden inflammation, will immediately alter this baseline, tainting it with sour, bitter, or cloying notes. By learning to read her foundational scent, you gain access to the most honest and up-to-date bulletin on her physical health. What is the biggest mistake men make here? They try to hunt for it. They sniff overtly, ask clumsy questions like "what's that smell?" This approach is doomed to fail. This aroma can only be perceived when you yourself are in a state of complete relaxation, not in predator or analyst mode. Your own calm is the key that unlocks her olfactory calm. When you cease to judge and begin to simply feel, her body lowers its defenses and reveals its truth. What is the takeaway? The scent of tranquility is your tuning fork. It is the 0 point on the map of her inner world. Learn to identify it, to cherish it, for it is only against this backdrop of peace that you can detect the coming storm or, more excitingly, the rising tide of raw, primal passion. This is the foundation upon which all your other discoveries will be built. Now, we turn to the second scent, the polar opposite of the first. This is a chemical alarm bell, a siren her body activates when it perceives a threat. This is the scent of fear and stress. What is this scent on a molecular level? If tranquility is a warm, organic base, stress is a sharp, almost inorganic, acrid note. It is often described as slightly sour, metallic, or even like the smell of ozone in the air after a lightning strike. It assaults the senses and triggers a subconscious dancing in your own body. This is the smell of cortisol and adrenaline, the fight-or-flight hormones, coursing through her bloodstream and fundamentally altering the chemistry of her sweat and skin oils. Crucially, stress sweat is not the same as workout sweat. Thermal sweat, released by eccrine glands, is 99% water. Emotional sweat, however, comes from the apocrine glands, primarily in the armpits and groin. This sweat is laden with fats and proteins, a feast for skin bacteria. The waste products of these bacteria create that distinct, sharp, anxious odor. Imagine this scenario: you're at dinner. The evening is flowing beautifully, full of easy conversation and laughter. Then you ask what seems to you a harmless question about her past relationship. In an instant, something shifts. Her smile remains, she insists everything is fine. But if you are truly present, you will notice the very air between you has changed. A thin, sharp, acidic note has entered the space. Her body has already responded to the perceived threat, the painful memory. Her words are a lie, her smile a facade, but her scent has delivered the truth. You've touched a raw nerve, and her defenses are up. How do you distinguish this? It is vital not to confuse it with the smell of sickness or exhaustion. The scent of illness often carries a cloying sweetness, like acetone, or even a hint of decay. The smell of physical fatigue is more direct, the gym smell of lactic acid. The scent of stress is defined by its sharpness and acidity, and it appears in a flash. One moment, all was well. The next, after a single clumsy word or a tense phone call, the atmosphere feels literally charged. The air around her is different. That is the signal. What should you do when you detect it? The cardinal sin for a man is to ignore it or, worse, to counterattack. What's your problem now? Why can't you just be happy? Such questions are a fast track to catastrophe. Your nose has provided you with priceless intelligence. She is in a defensive state. She perceives a threat. Your mission is not to become part of that threat. Instead, change the dynamic. Don't press her with questions. Simply take her hand, offer a warm word, shift the topic. Your objective is to lower her cortisol. Your calm is the ultimate antidote to her stress. What is the ultimate red flag? It's when this sharp, acidic smell is no longer a fleeting signal, but her constant state. When you realize it's been weeks or months since you last perceived her scent of tranquility. This means she is living in a state of chronic stress. If the source of that stress is you, your relationship, or your shared home, then you are living with a ticking time bomb. Her body is screaming that she is deeply unhappy and running on empty. To ignore that signal is to simply wait for the inevitable detonation. Therefore, the scent of stress is not just an unpleasant smell. It is a diagnostic tool of breathtaking precision. It lets you peer behind the curtain of her social mask and see her true internal state. By learning to read it and respond with wisdom, you elevate yourself from a mere partner to a perceptive and sensitive guardian, one who can extinguish a fire long before the flames become visible. Part 2, The Aromas of Attraction, Primal Magnetism. Having mapped the baseline states of tranquility and anxiety, we now venture into deeper territory. We are leaving the realm of conventional psychology and entering the world of pure, unadulterated chemistry. These are the scents that do not merely report, they entice, they provoke, they command. These are the scents of attraction. And here, gentlemen, your full attention is required. The third scent on our list is the most captivating and, from nature's perspective, the most consequential. It is a silent siren song, audible only to those who have learned to listen. This is the scent of ovulation. What is this in evolutionary terms? The female body is a cyclical wonder. For a few days each month, her entire biological system, her chemistry, her very essence, is dedicated to a single, supreme objective: reproduction. This is her ovulation window. During this time, her body becomes a high-powered transmitter, broadcasting a unique signal to the world. Her natural scent transforms. It grows richer, sweeter, more magnetic. If her baseline scent is a serene classical composition, during ovulation, it acquires lush, vibrant, jazzy undertones. Some research describes it as taking on notes of almond, honey, or even tropical fruit. This is a subtle shift, one you are unlikely to process with logic, but your subconscious, your ancient brain, will detect it with unerring accuracy. What science explains this? This period is marked by a hormonal cascade. Her estrogen levels surge to their peak. This alters the composition of her cervical and vaginal fluids, which become enriched with specific volatile fatty acids known as copulins. In other mammals, these compounds function as powerful pheromones, triggering immediate sexual interest and readiness in males. While the research in humans is more nuanced, the findings are startling. In one famous study, men were asked to smell t-shirts worn by women at various points in their menstrual cycle. Overwhelmingly, they rated the shirts from ovulating women as having the most pleasant and sexually appealing scent. Nature is quite literally programming you to find her irresistible. How does this play out in real life? In the intimate details, you may find that on certain days, she appears stunningly beautiful. Her skin has an inner radiance, her eyes seem to sparkle, her lips look fuller. You feel an almost gravitational pull towards her, an intense urge to be close, to inhale the scent of her hair, to feel her skin. This isn't magical thinking, it is the potent effect of estrogen and copulins. She may not even be conscious of it, but her behavior shifts as well. She becomes more receptive to flirtation, her laughter comes more easily, her movements become more fluid and alluring. She might choose to wear something more revealing. Her body and her scent are working in perfect harmony to send one clear message: I am ready. My body is ready. Are you? What is the critical mistake to avoid here? Assuming this is merely an invitation to indiscriminate sex. Yes, the signal is primal, but you're a conscious man. This scent is not an order, it is an opportunity. It is an opening for the deepest possible intimacy, for the most vibrant and profound connection. This is the time she is most receptive to your affection, to romance, to demonstrations of your masculine strength and tenderness. To be oblivious to this period is to let the most fertile days of your relationship pass by. To act on it with crude directness is to disrespect her nature and reveal your own inability to transcend your basest instincts. What is the practical wisdom for an enlightened man? Understanding this cycle allows you to orchestrate your life together more effectively. The most crucial conversations, the most romantic gestures, the most passionate encounters, all are amplified during this window. This is when she is at her most open and optimistic. You will be astonished at how effortlessly conflicts are resolved and how much more intense your connection feels when you move in sync with her natural rhythms. This is the level of insight you'll find in all my content. If this is the kind of understanding you're after, there's no better moment to subscribe. We now arrive at the fourth scent. If the scent of ovulation is nature's subtle, strategic invitation, this next one is a tactical, in-the-moment signal. It is a fire that flares in the here and now. This is the scent of arousal. What defines this aroma? It is a complex, layered cocktail, impossible to mistake for anything else. It is warm, spicy, with notes of musk and a hint of saltiness. It is the scent of flushed skin, an accelerated pulse, and a body undergoing a chemical transformation. It emanates not from a single point, but from her entire being. Her skin's fragrance changes as blood rushes to the surface, altering its temperature and emissions. Her breath deepens and quickens, carrying a different scent. And, most significantly, the aroma of her intimate area is profoundly altered. This is a scent that makes the very air between you feel thick, heavy, and electric. What causes it, and what is its erotic power? When a woman experiences genuine arousal, a biochemical tempest is unleashed within her. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone, floods her system, along with dopamine, the neurotransmitter of desire. Blood engorges her skin and pelvic region. Critically, the Bartholin's glands become active, producing a natural lubricant. This fluid has its own distinct, subtle aroma. This is not, as some ignorant men might believe, a scent of being unclean. It is the scent of vitality, of health, of raw desire. It is a pure, animalistic musk that has captivated men for millennia. It is a scent that says, "My body has answered your call. It awaits you. It is ready for you." How can you be sure not to misinterpret it and cause offense? Some men confuse this healthy, natural scent with the odor of a medical issue, such as bacterial vaginosis, which has a distinctly unpleasant, fishy smell. The difference is night and day. The authentic scent of arousal is magnetic. It can be intense, even feral, but it is never repulsive. It inspires desire. If you perceive a scent that is instinctively off-putting, it is a signal not for judgment, but for a gentle conversation and perhaps a doctor's visit. A man who respects himself and his partner must know the difference and respond with care, not revulsion. What is your role in this? This scent does not manifest in a vacuum. It is a direct chemical reply to your actions, to your words, your touch, your own scent, and the entire ambience you have created. When you perceive this aroma, consider it the ultimate compliment to your skills as a lover. It is proof that you are doing everything right. Her body is giving you its unequivocal yes on the most fundamental, chemical level, long before her lips form the word. Conversely, the absence of this aroma, dryness, a neutral skin scent during intimacy, is the most reliable sign that she is not truly with you. She can fake a moan, she can fake an orgasm, but her body cannot fake this scent. It is the ultimate lie detector in the bedroom. What is the hidden wisdom here for the discerning man? This scent is your key to unlocking her deepest pleasures and secret desires. If you notice it intensifying in response to a specific act, a whisper, a kiss on the neck, a particular caress, committed to memory, this is your personal roadmap to her ecstasy. Her body is literally telling you what it craves. Pay attention, and she will reward you with a passion beyond your wildest imaginings. This scent is your compass as you explore the landscape of her sensuality. The takeaway: the scent of arousal is not a mere byproduct of intimacy. It is its language, its music. When you learn to hear and understand this music, you graduate from being a simple musician to becoming the masterful conductor of her pleasure. It is the aroma of pure, animal magnetism. It's either there or it isn't. Your task is to learn how to summon it. Part 3, The Aroma of Compatibility, Nature's Grand Prize. We have explored the sense of her internal state and the sense of her desire. We've learned to differentiate tranquility from anxiety, and nature's grand invitation from the immediate fire of passion. But all of this has been leading to the final revelation, to the fifth and ultimate scent. This is not just an aroma of her mood or condition. It is an aroma that tells the story of the two of you together. It is the most critical marker nature provides. This is the scent of your person. What is this phenomenon? Have you ever experienced it? The natural scent of one person is utterly forgettable. Another's is inexplicably off-putting. But a third-person scent is the most intoxicating fragrance in the world. You adore the way her skin smells when she wakes up, the scent of her hair, even the faint smell of her sweat after a workout feels pleasant and right. You want to bury your face in her neck and just breathe her in. The feeling is like a gentle drug, both calming and exhilarating. If you have felt this, then I congratulate you. You have won the genetic lottery. What is the profound science at play here? This is not romantic poetry, it is hardwired immunology and genetics. Every one of us possesses a unique scent signature dictated by a group of genes that govern our immune system. This genetic blueprint is known as the major histocompatibility complex MHC. Nature has engineered a breathtakingly elegant system. On a subconscious, olfactory level, we are powerfully drawn to partners whose MHC is maximally different from our own. The reason? A pairing between two people with diverse immune genetics produces offspring with a stronger, more resilient immune system, capable of fighting off a wider range of pathogens. Your nose, without your conscious input, is performing a genetic compatibility test more sophisticated than any you could pay for. How does this manifest in reality? You might meet a woman who, on paper, is your perfect match: intelligent, beautiful, kind, shared values. Yet her natural scent is neutral at best, or even vaguely unpleasant. Your logical mind says yes, but your biology says no. Conversely, you might meet a woman who doesn't fit your preconceived type, but her natural aroma drives you wild. That is your ancient brain, your primal self, screaming, "This is the one." This is an ideal genetic match. This signal is almost always more reliable than all the careful deliberations of your rational mind. What is the great tragedy of our modern era? We inhabit a sanitized world. We bombard ourselves from morning to night with deodorants, antiperspirants, scented soaps, lotions, and colognes. We strive to erase our natural scent, viewing it as something to be ashamed of. In doing so, we are systematically disabling our most crucial partner selection tool. We choose with our eyes, our ears, our intellects, but not with our noses. Then we are baffled when the chemistry is missing. The chemistry is missing because we have blocked the very receptors for it from the outset. What is the necessary action? If you are single or in a new relationship, you must find an opportunity to experience her clean, natural scent, free of perfume. After she is showered, in the morning after sleep, after you've taken a walk together. Then, ask yourself one brutally honest question: do I love this? Not, can I live with this? Not, it's fine. But specifically, do I, on a deep, visceral level, love this? If your answer is an unqualified yes, your relationship has a powerful, biological bedrock. If the answer is no, then you will be forced to construct your relationship entirely on conscious effort, without the aid of nature's formidable support. What is the ultimate, most powerful takeaway from all this? Loving her scent is not a mere preference or fetish. It is the most honest, incorruptible sign of your profound, biological compatibility. When you love her scent, it means your bodies are speaking the same primal language. It means you will feel at ease sharing a space, a bed. It dissolves a massive amount of subconscious tension. It is the true scent of home, the scent of your tribe, which can never be faked or replicated. This is the real, natural pheromone of love. Conclusion: trust your nose. We have dissected the 5 essential scents, the 5 secret codes broadcasted by her body. We have seen that the scent of tranquility is your health and safety baseline. The scent of stress is the red alert demanding your wisdom. The scent of ovulation is nature's grand invitation to deep connection. The scent of arousal is your compass in the landscape of her pleasure. And the scent of your person is the final, evolutionary seal of approval on your union. The modern world has trained you to trust your eyes and your ears. You scrutinize photos on social media, you weigh words and promises, but these can all be part of an elaborate illusion. The one sense that is nearly impossible to fool is your sense of smell. Your nose has a direct line to the limbic system, the most ancient part of your brain, which governs instincts, emotions, and memory. It does not know how to lie. By learning to listen to the aromas of her body, you gain access to the most truthful information about her health, her emotional state, her genuine desire, and, most critically, your own deep, primal compatibility. Stop merely looking at a woman. Start sensing her. Trust your nose. It knows the truth. And now, for the most important question. Look back on your own life and relationships. Was there ever a time when a person's scent told you more about them than their words or actions ever could? Perhaps it was an irresistible pull, or maybe a subtle warning sign that something was wrong. Share your story in the comments. Let's create a library of our collective wisdom and experience. I'll be sure to pin the most insightful and compelling stories.